Going to do another wing gambit today, and we're going to talk about trashing Black Sicilian studies as a result. This is a fairly wild and very short game with lots of mistakes. However, it shows the kind of traps that can be involved in an early d5 and the things that can happen where black plays just the slightest bit inaccurately. So let's look at where we are. We'll start our engine. I like this order of moves because with a knight on c6, black is obligated to take this pawn back rather than play knight to f6. Computer says en passant. The players who play here usually lose. There's a nice pin. And now it's suggesting bishop to d3 followed by g takes. And why is that? Because d5 is coming with the pin over on a4, stuff like that. Knight to queen to a5 becomes a big, or a4 becomes a big deal. So we just play our bishop conservatively there, which the computer says is nearly as good. And now he plays e6, which is what the engine recommended. Notice we're getting a large advantage here. Now I play inaccurately here. I push, which allows him actually to pin, and I don't believe he does that. But his pin doesn't really work very well anyway. So now it says black should get an advantage simply by taking and probably by pinning. So he moves his knight, and the game's over. As you can see, that's the fatal error right there. So the question is, why is this such a fatal error? And the answer is, look at the denuded queen side of black. He's cut off his bishop from the defense of d7. His knight's the only thing that defends it, and with his king, and we have the potential to attack it in lots of different ways. Now, I do misplay this, and it is embarrassing. But after all, this is a master-rated blitz game, so there's going to be lots of mistakes. But this is an example of the kind of error that occurs. We should be just moving our knight quietly and gaining an advantage, forcing his queen back. And instead I take. So now he's going to, if he simply takes back, he attacks my rook. And he's faced with a check and then moving his king and a lot of unpleasant stuff. So he plays bishop takes bishop, attacking my queen, which is another ridiculous blunder. So, I mean, he could have taken my rook and done a whole lot of stuff. Let's see what happens when, let's see, he takes, okay. Now it's suggesting either bishop takes g4, queen to a4 check, and let's just see how this works out. Okay, he has to move his king. That's the right place. Now we take his bishop, and knight to f6 says he has to play. So if he takes our rook, what happens? We just castle and we win. Okay, that's the bottom line. There's just too much here for white. So let's go back to the beginning of the variation. He takes, and now I miss a mate in 5, starting with queen to a4 check. Okay. King to e7. How do I miss this mate? Question is. So queen to b7 check. Let's see if we can work this out. It's an easy mate in 3, right? Queen to b7 check. King to f6. Then what? Queen takes f7 check. All we're going to have to do is put him in check again. Notice I made a really bad move here. Okay, so Stockfish says, look at this. Stockfish disagrees. It's not queen to b7 check, queen to d7 check. Okay. King to f6. Queen checks. King takes e5. Queen takes e6 mate. Real simple, right? So why couldn't I see that in a speed game? Because I'm completely embarrassed. It's something I should definitely have seen. Instead, I hastily played that move. So this is a flaw in my game. Many times when I know that I'm way up and winning, I don't play very precisely. Okay. And once again, knight to d2. I'm going to be up 6. Instead I take. Now I'm only up 4.5. Allowing him to check, which he doesn't do, but that's not going to matter very much anyway. And that's kind of the point of how I play in these games, unfortunately. So I take back instead of knight to d2. Once again, I'm up almost 5. And he's continuously blundering back also. He checks, finally. And I interpose with my knight as opposed to play king to f1. I would be up 9. Instead, I'm up 6 or 7. So how is he going to stave off mate? Just look at his ludicrous position of his king. He goes there. We chase. We're still up 6. It's almost like there's almost nothing in this position I can do aside from blundering my queen. That's going to lose. He goes back. We check. Once again, I made the wrong check, but I'm up 19. He moves his king. And now I missed the mate in 2. I play this check. He misses the fact that he can go to g6. I play that check. He goes there, and now it's mate in 1, which I finally don't miss. So I missed a number of very short mates, but look, I was up between 6 and 19 the entire time. So this is a consideration and a trade-off, and it's embarrassing that I don't play precisely, but let's face it, we were up, 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 up. And as long as you're up that far and you're not using very much time, that's kind of the point. So that was a kind of a trappy little thing where a premature d5 got black in hideous trouble.